can fall away. The thing that I have come across when I go into the jails, and I have so many people in there that don't even go to church, that don't even know God. But at the same time, God is the one that can deal with them on that level at that time, because they are more open to accept him. They are more open to him more so than the ones in the church. Can I say that again? They are more open to accept him for real because of where they are. And God has put them in a situation that he humbled them so they can look up to him. Now everybody else they don't accept him, but the ones that know who he is will humble themselves and they will accept him. Just like the thief on the cross. He know he was a thief. He know he deserved to be on that cross. And he would look at Jesus, and the other one said, if you are so much of a God, why don't you get down and save me and save yourself? But the other one said, now, I know you didn't do anything, but I have been stealing for all my life. But would you please remember me when you get in heaven? He said, on this day, you shall be with me in paradise. What is that saying to us? The crackhead, the alcoholic, the liar, the thief, the homeowner, all of these gonna beat you into hell if you don't get a relationship with God. They're gonna beat you in. They're gonna be sitting at the table. They're gonna be sitting at the table and they're gonna be worshiping God. God said, I want you to worship me. In the book of Revelation, it tells and teaches us about the order of God. He said when John opened, he looked into heaven. He saw a throne. And he saw in the throne, he saw 4 beings revolving around the throne. And then he saw 7 candlesticks, those were the 7 churches that we just named. And then he saw the 24 elders. And then he said, I saw a number. It was 144,000. And the elders is representing the 144,000. The 144,000 representing the 12,000 of children of Israel. And with all of them combined, it makes up the 144,000 that God promised Abraham. If you was in Sunday school this morning, you'll understand about the promise that he made with Abraham. He said, I will bless your seed. And in this seed, I'm going to bless them. Where there will be nations, the nations of my people to be a representative of the earth. And these people were pulled out in the second coming. And then he said, I looked and I saw another number that was unnumberable, that no man could number. And in that number, I will call them up in the midst of the air. They will meet me. Now these is the number that no man could number was you. It's us. The one that been brought in by the blood. But when we know that God is coming back for his church without a spot or a wrinkle, he's talking about us, y'all. But if you don't know how to praise and worship him, and if you don't know how to put him in your heart, if you don't know how to understand that when praises goes up, it is a time to praise, and it is time to worship. But when you know that when that time comes, if you knew what was waiting on us in heaven, when you knew what was waiting on us, no more heartache, no more pain, no more crying, no more headache, no more bills, no more aggravations, no more undivine children that is hard-headed, stiff-necked. No more, none of this of the world. And only because of peace and love will reign in that time. But when we look at that, and when we look at God and what he already got prepared for us, we should know that once we put him in our lives for real, and you be for real about this thing, because God looks at the true character of you. Character is the soul. Character is who you really are. You can look away on the outside, but you can feel another way on the inside. God is judging the inside what nobody else sees. And just because you're working in the church, just because you're doing good deeds, just because you're doing all of this stuff for God, and you're walking with holy head and holy arms, and you're all uprighteous, you might be the one who'll be left behind.